Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, and today I am going to talk to you about this circumstance of the human condition, this tendency to always gravitate to wanting what you don't have, of the grass always being greener on the other side. And I'm just going to share with you how that's been showing up with me lately. But the revelation I made that really has transcended my experience in this life. So, a little over a year ago, I was in a serious relationship. It's a relationship that I love the other person who I was in the relationship with, but the person who I'm called to be, the person who really wants to show up in this world as Jason Abraham, I wasn't able to show up as that person in that relationship. And I was put in a situation where I either had to deny the person that wants to show up as Jason Abraham and conform to what this other person wanted me to be, their idea of what I should be in that relationship, deny special gifts that are mine, that are my gifts to the world, and just put those in a closet for that relationship to stay in it. And for the record, which I tried. I did that in the past. And I was at a point where I've seen these two sides. I've seen I can show up as what wants to come through Jason Abraham, make these videos, use my creativity, use my talents to offer something to the world at large, or I can just do those to a lesser extent, just not allow those to come through or show up in a way that they don't really get to develop to their fullest, and be in this relationship with this other person who I do love, still love, that is very comfortable for me to be in. And when I've denied these gifts, there is a deep sense of pain and heaviness that carried in my soul, and I could not totally respect the person I saw in the mirror. So this time I said, you know, I'm going to honor what wants to show up as Jason Abraham, and I'm going to go this path. And I've been doing that for over a year, slowly building up these YouTube videos, slowly just allowing what wants to come through to show up, and again, slowly build an audience for it. But recently, what I felt is loneliness. I've felt the human need for connection of another human being. And I think, again, what this pulls me back to is this lesson in Buddhism, that desire is the root of all evil. And in Christianity, we have this idea of putting what is external before your relationship with God, putting what is and covetousness, coveting what your neighbor has, and how that is a sin. And what I've found, what that really means from contemplation, and then also just researching the Essene Gospel of Peace and just spiritual teachings, that you are a creator, and what you're called to do is what you're doing right now. In this particular moment, where you are called to be fully present right then and there. And when I thought about that, and again, just we have these, our memories are flawed. So we think about relationships when you think, you know, I miss this and this about this particular relationship. I miss traveling, I miss just having the connection, but we forget a lot of times about the bad things, about the things that were so painful that pushed us out of it. And with this broader perspective, I was able to look and say, wow, you know, I really wanted to work on building this YouTube channel and start making these videos, and I'm doing that. I'm called to do that right now. This is my calling at this particular point in time, and I am showing up and doing that with all that I've got. And when I was able to shift that perspective, I felt a sense of contentment and joy, and just knowing that I'm honoring what I'm called to do at this moment. Now, there's going to be a time where I'm called to be in a relationship, and what I realize is when I'm called to be in a relationship again with another person, that person is not going to feel threatened by me making videos or doing whatever creative work I'm called to do at that time. And that's going to be the right relationship for me to be in, because I'll be showing up as myself, and I'll be showing up in a way that this other person sees me and doesn't have any desire for me to be anything other than that. And it will be the right time for it. But right now, even though I feel the tug of loneliness, I'm called to be here. I'm called to do this. I have the time, and I have the information coming to me that I can do this, and it's time to do that. There may be coming a time in the future where I'm not called to do this anymore, and therefore I will move on to what's next. But again, it's this idea, be here now, as Ram Dass would say. This basic principle of when you are honoring where you are and what you're doing, and really embracing that, really looking at it with the fullest of what you have. Whenever you're looking away, when you're coveting something someone else has, you're reducing your capacity to show up as you are in the moment. You're not honoring the God Spirit within you. And that's what I found this means for me. Hope this sheds something of value in your life. Class dismissed. I'll see you on the other side.